I'll be just presenting some of what we've learned from some assessments we've done. We've gone back to the washpool and looked and compared to some, I guess, recent previous work that have been done there, just to look for changes, but also just to give, I guess, an overview of what vegetation is currently there. So I'll be doing the presentation, and Tim has said he'll answer any difficult questions for me. So that's the way we're allocating tasks amongst us.
Plants are my passion. Yes.
So this is our current landscape, and I've highlighted this is all the remnant vegetation in green. So you can see, I guess, a very changed landscape, and how significant that area is. Just a little quick sort of geography lesson. I've highlighted the area that's under public land. If we talk about the Blue Lagoon, it's a little area to the north of the Washpool part. Apparently in the past that was quite a lagoon in itself. Now it's only quite shallow, but previously apparently several metres deep. And then the Washpool Lagoon proper, which has changed quite substantially over time due to some, I guess, allowing water to flow through and out to sea that didn't previously happen. There's a variety of vegetation types within the Washpool. So we have coastal shrublands along the coastline. I'm a reptile ecologist. I quite like the fact that you'll get 8 or 10 different species of reptiles in there, which you might not think sounds like too much, but that's more than most Scandinavian countries have for the whole country. I hope you get the feel that the water is so important to this system, to maintaining the diversity in the system, but it's not just about, it's about the variety of times and the variety of inundation, the variety of salinities all kind of drive that zonation and drive that higher species diversity. So hydrological change is obviously a key threat. Just tracked back some old aerial photography, which was quite fascinating. But looking at the area in 1949, and obviously there's been some major changes, but you still can't see any real development, other than the fact it's been developed as paddocks and for agriculture. But look at the difference between the two. And as I said, some of those weeds are being driven. They're coming from the properties that are nearby. So those gladiola, no little doubt that are coming out of what people are planting in their gardens, in those areas. But you can see that fundamental change and what the pressures are that places on that landscape that we're talking about. It is a difficult situation. The washpool is managed under many different tenures, so each of the different colours is a different management body. So it's quite a dog's breakfast, I guess, in terms of actually the ownership. It's really quite problematic. And you might say, well, why does that matter? What does that drive? Well, so I was talking about the 2008 study. So there was a little carex that was up in here, which that area now has been turned, and that carex has disappeared. Yes, it is present in other parts, but you would say, well, it did have some value in there, but that area it is now no longer present in that area. Or some of the land out to the east, and I'm not saying, look, there's a simple solution to all of this, but in 2008, remember that silky Wilsonia I was talking about? You can see it's all over the ground there, right? So it's quite abundant in there. So revisited in 2016, and you could hardly find a plant in there. So the different management of the different areas, or even another one. This is the gazania I was talking about. So one side of the fence, brilliant, it's nearly gone, but you can see all these yellow, the flowers there. The other side of the fence, it's still there. So you've got two different sort of management priorities, I guess. Or one side is being managed and one side isn't. And yet, if you don't treat this side, you're going to get continual incursions coming in to that area. So that's I'll finish then. Watch this.